Christmas cooking can be a daunting affair, especially when you have to come up with a menu. You want to entertain friends, but you also don't want it to take a lot of your time. That's why I came up with this easy and tasty menu. So we are going to be making a very quick starter using baked camembert with caramelized onion. Desserts will be a baked cheesecake. Then for the main is a mushroom Wellington. I got all these wild mushrooms from the store, so I'm very excited to make these. And then we're gonna make baked potatoes with brown onion gravy, a cinnamon simple syrup for a cocktail, obviously, and the puff pastry for the Wellington. I had to get real Parmesan because I love eating my mushrooms with Parmesan. It tastes absolutely divine. So the first thing I'm gonna make is the bread cheesecake. This you wanna start making before you even start cooking your main, because it takes 60 minutes to bake and another 60 minutes to cool down and be nice and firm. So we are going to use full fat cream cheese. We never wanna use those low fat, never want to skim, especially on a cheesecake. This cheesecake is honestly my favorite thing to make because it is so simple and easy. You don't need to do all the thing of water baking it or crumbing the biscuits to make the base. It's a cheesecake that originates from Spain and it has this lovely burnt crust after it's set that is nice and caramelized, which I am then going to add a nice dusting of powdered sugar to give it that Christmas feel. You want your cream cheese to have actually been out of the fridge for quite a while so that it's nice and soft. You can get so much easier. So I'm just going to mash it in. Just a little bit to get it going so I can mix everything perfectly together. I am going to swap out this bowl for a very big pot that I like using. And pour our softened cream cheese. About 200 grams of sugar. We're gonna crack in our 4 eggs. Mix it in. Oh, you see, it gives it that beautiful glossy texture. And then pouring in our milk. So the recipe does call for 300 grams. It will basically do the same job. Some vanilla essence. Just gives it that wonderful smell that wafts through the house. Generous amount of butter. Into the oven it goes for about an hour at 230, and we'll see it later. Now I know 230 seems like a very high heat, but it just makes and forms that burnt caramelized crisp over the cheesecake, and that's why it's called a burnt Basque cheesecake. The next thing I'm gonna make is a simple cinnamon syrup. These are easy to make, and this is obviously for the cocktail I'm gonna make. I'm making it a cinnamon one because I think cinnamon and Christmas go so well together. Of water. I'm gonna put this on a medium heat. I am making this now because I want to have it cool down so that I can make myself a cocktail. Our cinnamon simple syrup is ready. I'm just gonna put this aside and let it cool down. Now we are making our filling for our Wellington. Using 1 onion. You don't actually have to use an onion, but I really like the taste an onion brings to it. One thing I hate about cutting onions is the tears. I got this wonderful pink garlic. I think the store is just going to have it. So I wanted to cut some up. Say about 2 cloves, but obviously all depends how much garlic you have in your food. Add our garlic in the pot first, just for a couple of seconds. Followed by onions. Which I will use this wonderful allspice. I love it because it works on pasta. It's so good on vegetables. About 2 teaspoons. Right. So in the same breath, we're also going to be, keep saying me, I am going to be caramelizing red onion for our starter. So I'm making a really simple starter. It's just baked camembert with caramelized red onion and honey. I'm going to use a small half. More olive oil. Put this on. Medium heat. On the onions. So the onions, for the Wellington, you want them to be translucent. Now, what is Christmas without a crispy baked potato? I love potatoes. When you do roast, you obviously have to have like a really good baked crispy potato. So I am making these Parmesan covered baked potatoes that will go with the Wellington, and then we'll be able to pour over some brown onion gravy. So I'm going to cut the potatoes up into evenly pieces. So the trick is to get really good crispy baked potatoes is to actually parboil them, if that's the word to use before, to just before they hit that softness where they cooked. And on stove, on medium heat, and then some oil. And then we let them just boil until they are just right. You don't want the potatoes becoming too soft because you still have to toss them around in olive oil and Parmesan cheese, and you want to put them in the oven so they become really crispy. So you have to keep a close eye on it. Now I know the stove is starting to look like your classic Christmas cooking, but what I love about this is that all of these things will be ready at the same time, and you'll be done literally within 30 minutes. Now we're gonna prepare our mushrooms. I was actually really fortunate that when I walked into the grocery store, they had variety of mushrooms. I got shiitake mushrooms, baby portobello mushrooms, and white butter mushrooms. I love mushrooms, and obviously this Christmas dinner is all veggies. So even for the meat eaters, mushrooms add that great meaty texture that some people miss, I guess. Just look how beautiful and brown these are. I wish I could actually keep them whole to cook them, but unfortunately, they have to become like a mince texture. We're just going to roughly chop them. The color is absolutely beautiful. Oh, my mushroom Wellington is just going to be really simple. It's just going to be mushrooms, and then we are adding brie. We're going to add the shiitakes. Yeah. And then next, we're chopping up our these I'm gonna add whole because they'll shrink enough by the time they go into the Wellington. We all know how mushrooms do us. It's the same fate that spinach does. You get a whole bunch of spinach and the result is not the same of what you put in. Just wash our white buttered mushrooms. So if you walk into this grocery store or whichever store you usually shop with and they don't have an array of mushrooms, that's totally fine. The mushrooms I would suggest using is portobello mushrooms, brown mushrooms, and white button mushrooms. Because these are the two that you can usually find in the store. Then I'm adding mushrooms. What's important about this part is turning the stove on a little bit of a high heat because you do not want your mushrooms, you want the water from the mushrooms to absorb. So you have to put it on a medium high heat. And then we're just gonna let them cook. So while we wait for everything else to get ready, we're gonna make a cocktail. We're gonna make a cocktail. This cocktail, I think, is very Christmassy because of the obvious cinnamon nature of it. Fresh lemon, or you could use store-bought lemon juice, whichever just floats your boat, but I love using fresh ingredients. Two shots of gin. We're going to decanter our simple syrup. Look at that color. And I'm going to put some pieces of cinnamon in there. And then 1 shot of simple syrup. There's our cinnamon, put that on the side, and now we're gonna make a little garnish from the top of our glass. So we have one. Mixed spice. Oh. Just smells like Christmas. Honey, this is just to make sure the glass is coated nicely. Soda water. Add a couple of ice to likes a hot drink. Tastes like Christmas. Hold it. Oh. It should have this wiggle. So we're gonna let it cool down, and don't be shocked when you see it, I guess, how can I say, deflate. It should deflate, and once it sits, it's going to be a gorgeous gooey texture. So, time to make, excuse me, the mushroom Wellington. Now, Wellington is actually very traditional to English, British culture, but you know, being from South Africa, particularly Durban, we have a very, very strong British heritage. What's the word?
Colonized.
Colonized by the British. So I'm just gonna spread the puff pastry out, and then we're gonna start scooping our filling on here. We're gonna add some green. Should take now a format like that, but so I'm just gonna cut it into triangles. Like so. Now the trick is to get this right. Then we're going to start pinching it. So make sure that it's tight. Sides. And then I will put some egg yolk. Every surface covered. Now comes, I would say, the difficult parts of turning this wonderful contraption over. So still in its original packaging, just gonna, there we go. We're gonna score it. You can make whatever pattern that you want. Some people are even really creative and make a leaf pattern. But I'm just gonna be really simple. Just make it simple. And in our Wellington crust, this will bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Or when the puff pastry is nice and golden brown. So I've parboiled the potatoes. Just gonna put them onto my rich tray. Generous amounts of olive oil. Who doesn't love Parmesan? It is a luxury, but I think it's a luxury that's worth it. Just mix it with your hand. So mix it with your hand. Potatoes are escaping. Because I obviously need a bigger baking tray, but that one is already in use. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the same time as the Wellington, and we will see it. Oh, this is our, I keep saying our, but this is the mushroom Wellington that's all ready. Just gonna let it cool down and plate it so we can put it to be served. Now to prepare our starter. Big camembert. Easiest starter that you can actually have, especially if you're having a bunch of people that are gonna come around. Just gonna place a whole camembert into the oven until it's nicely softly baked. Just gonna score it. And we wait. Prepping my French loaf, cutting it into thin little slices that I'm just gonna add into the oven so that the guests can enjoy it with the brie. I've caramelized my onions and then I'm gonna add them on top of our baked brie. Lay the rosemary out like a Christmas tree. There you go. Your simple starter is ready. Stack your croutons and camembert.
Yep.
And your starter is ready. Just gotta put a butter knife or cheese knife so everyone can scoop the gooey camembert onto their toasted bread. Perfect. Oh, look how beautiful these are. Perfectly roasted potatoes. The mushroom Wellington. I think it turned out brilliantly. Look how beautiful and golden these are. Look at that. Perfect. I made a simple brown onion gravy because, again, what is Christmas without having gravy on it? This will go on the potatoes or your Wellington or however your guests like to eat it. Cool brown here. But look at that golden color. Now I'm gonna add a dusting of icing sugar just to give it that, I guess, snowy piece. Even though we don't really get snow in South Africa, but one can dream, right? Now I know this menu seems very simple, but who says a Christmas menu should be outlandish? Christmas is about good food and good friends. Thank you for watching the first Browngirlhealth Christmas special. So please go to Instagram, check out the recipes that I have. Also check out the juices. If you're in Durban, I sell juices. Order, become healthy and let your skin grow.